Caitlin Clark is redefining the game of basketball with her electrifying performances and fearless approach to competition that have captivated fans and analysts alike. Her impact has also drawn the attention of NBA icons who typically remain silent on the WNBA. Never before has a single player sparked such a combination of admiration and debate among the sport's greatest figures. From smashing records to changing the way the game is played.
And when you take into stock the fact that outside of Kevin Durant, aging superstar, LeBron James, 40 years old, and Steph Curry, there's not a single NBA player more popular today than Caitlin Clark.
But her journey has not been without obstacles. Doubters have questioned her ability, and critics have tried to downplay her success. However, two of the most legendary names in basketball history, Michael Jordan and Larry Bird, have stepped forward to share their thoughts on Clark. What they had to say could change the way people view her forever. With all the conversations surrounding Caitlin Clark, none other than Michael Jordan himself has stepped in to share his thoughts, and what he had to say changes everything. The WNBA owes Caitlin a great deal for what she's done for the game, Jordan stated. His words weren't just praise, they were a wake-up call. Jordan didn't stop at acknowledging her impact. He directly called out the officiating in the league, pointing out that the referees have been blatantly unfair to Clark. He stressed that it's time for the WNBA to step up and make things right. His statement carries weight because when the greatest basketball player of all time speaks, people listen. Jordan's comments reinforce that Caitlin isn't just another player, she's a true game-changer. One whose influence on the sport demands recognition and, most importantly, respect. Next up, we have none other than Steph Curry, four-time NBA champion, two-time league MVP, and the greatest shooter basketball has ever seen. A longtime admirer of Caitlin Clark's game, Curry has never shied away from praising her skill set, even back when she was lighting up college defenses.
Her range, her three-point shooting overall, her flair for testing her range every night and knowing that the other team's going to try to take it away. And she's fearless. No shot is a bad shot, and when you can shoot it as well as she can. She just adds another element of surprise that you can't really game plan for because it's so kind of just unseen.
Coming from a player who revolutionized the game with his shooting, that's no small compliment. What makes Curry's admiration even more significant is that he and Clark share a rare ability, an almost supernatural shooting range that forces defenders to respect them the moment they cross half court. But here's where it gets truly mind-blowing. Clark's average three-point attempt comes from an astonishing 28 feet, 1.1 inches. That's farther than the peak shooting distances of Trae Young, Damian Lillard, and even Curry himself. No wonder people joke that you need to start guarding Caitlin Clark the second.
I saw somebody break down the release time, which is pretty much identical to mine. And then her just confidence. You can't help but watch when she plays, where she's shooting from, the range, the confidence, the flair. Like, she's a performer.
Kevin Durant, a two-time NBA champion and 2014 NBA MVP, has been one of Caitlin Clark's biggest supporters. He's watched her game closely and can't stop raving about what makes her such a special talent.
Always had the ball in her hands. Everybody was playing off of her. She just commanded the whole game. I was like, who the hell is this? She is nice. It was like, oh, she's the best player in the country.
Durant has broken down why Clark is one of the most dangerous offensive players he's ever seen. From her limitless shooting range to her elite playmaking ability, he sees the makings of a generational superstar. But what stands out most to Durant is her relentless work ethic. He knows firsthand that greatness isn't just about talent, it's about the hours put in behind the scenes. And in Caitlin Clark, he sees a player who's not only rewriting the record books, but redefining.
Best player, period, right now. She's incredible.
She's advanced, man. She could do a lot out there. She's making the right plays. She could draw so much attention, and she just baiting the defense in. I'll still make a cross-court pass. Just like, that's just muscle memory. I work on this every day.
Allen Iverson, a player who left an indelible mark on the NBA, sees a lot of himself in Caitlin Clark. Just like Iverson redefined the game with his flashy handles and fearless scoring, Clark is doing the same in the WNBA, captivating fans and setting new standards for women's basketball. Both players carried immense pressure from their college days into the pros, with critics questioning whether they could maintain their dominance at the next level. And just like Iverson silenced the doubters, Clark is proving that she belongs among the best. Iverson recently shared his admiration for Clark, breaking down why she's such a rare talent. He highlighted her ability to take over games with her, scoring a quality he himself was famous for. But beyond the points, Iverson recognizes something even more important: Clark's ability to make her teammates better. He knows firsthand that being a superstar isn't just about getting buckets, it's about elevating those around you. Despite being one of the youngest players in the WNBA, Clark already has that rare